Cadet Rebecca Torres pressed her palm against the biometric scanner, just like the 47 cadets before her. It was supposed to be routine, a simple security clearance test at the Galactic Defense Academy on Titan Station. The scanner would read your DNA, verify your species, assign you a clearance level, and send you on your way. The device hummed softly as it analyzed her genetic code. Rebecca watched the holographic display cycle through its usual patterns, DNA helix spinning, protein markers lighting up, ancestry data flickering past. Standard procedure. Then the screen froze. The entire room went silent. Even Instructor Martinez, a grizzled veteran who'd seen 3 interstellar wars, straightened up from his usual slouch. The words appeared in blazing red letters that seemed to pulse with their own energy. Access level, creator. That's not possible, Martinez whispered, his voice cracking. His dark eyes went wide with something Rebecca had never seen in him before, fear. Rebecca pulled her hand back as if the scanner had burned her. What does that mean? Is it broken? But Martinez wasn't looking at her. He was backing away slowly, his hand instinctively moving to the plasma pistol at his hip. Around the room, the other cadets began murmuring, their alien features contorting in confusion and concern. Nobody move. Martinez barked into his comm unit. Code black. I repeat, code black in testing bay 7. We have a creator-level signature. Within seconds, the bay's blast doors slammed shut with a resounding clang. Red emergency lights bathed everything in crimson. Rebecca's heart hammered against her ribs. Instructor, I don't understand what's happening. Quiet. He wasn't looking at her with the familiar gruffness of a teacher anymore. He was looking at her the way you'd look at a loaded weapon you didn't know was armed. How old are you, Torres? 22, sir. You know that. And your parents? Where were they from? California. Born and raised. Sir, please, what's going on? The door hissed open and 3 figures in black tactical armor stormed in, weapons raised. Behind them came someone Rebecca recognized from Academy orientations, Director Amanda Reeves, the highest-ranking human in the Galactic Defense Initiative. Reeves was a tall woman with steel-gray hair and eyes that had seen the birth and death of colonies. She walked with purpose, her boots clicking against the metal floor, until she stood directly in front of Rebecca. Run it again, Reeves ordered. Director, Martinez started. I said run it again. With trembling hands, Rebecca placed her palm back on the scanner. The same process. The same result. Access level, creator. Reeves let out a long breath, and for just a moment, her iron composure cracked. My God. After all these years. Will someone please tell me what this means? Rebecca's voice rose with frustration and fear. Reeves gestured to the tactical team, and they lowered their weapons. She pulled up a chair and sat down, suddenly looking every one of her 70 years. Cadet Torres, what do you know about the architects? Rebecca blinked. The architects? They're a myth. A story about an ancient race that supposedly built all the relay gates and left technology scattered across the galaxy millions of years ago. But nobody's ever found proof they actually existed. They existed, Reeves said flatly. And they didn't just build relay gates. They built the genetic framework for most sentient species in this arm of the galaxy. Including humans. The room spun. Rebecca grabbed the edge of the table for support. Reeves continued, 80 years ago, when humans first made contact with the Galactic Council, we were a curiosity. A species that had evolved on a backwater planet with no architect ruins, no ancient technology. We built everything ourselves, our ships, our weapons, our society. The other races couldn't understand how we'd advanced so quickly. But then the Council ran genetic tests on human volunteers. And they found something impossible. Reeves leaned forward. Human DNA contains fragments of the architect genetic code. Not as much as the engineered races like the Centauri or the Kovacs, but enough to prove we were connected to them somehow. Rebecca's mind raced. So, humans are descendants of the architects. We don't know. Maybe we're a failed experiment they abandoned. Maybe we're their natural evolution after millions of years. Maybe we're something else entirely. Reeves stood up and began pacing. But here's what we do know, in 80 years of genetic testing, scanning billions of humans across hundreds of colonies, we've never found a single person with a direct architect marker. Until today. The creator designation, Rebecca breathed. Exactly. Your genetic code doesn't just contain architect fragments. According to that scanner, you are an architect. Or at least, you carry their complete, unmodified genetic template. One of the cadets, a blue-skinned Centauri named Crix, spoke up hesitantly. But Director, if she's an architect, or carries their full code, doesn't that mean? Reeves nodded grimly. It means she has the potential to access any architect technology in the galaxy. Every sealed vault. Every dormant weapon system. Every piece of ancient machinery that's been locked away for eons. The implications crashed over Rebecca like a tidal wave. The architects had built machines that could terraform planets in days. Weapons that could crack moons like eggs. Ships that could fold space like paper. And if what Reeves was saying was true, Rebecca could activate all of it. There's more, Reeves said quietly. 3 days ago, the Kovacs Empire discovered an architect facility in the Andromeda sector. They've been trying to breach it for months. Yesterday, it activated on its own. She pulled up a holographic star chart. A pulsing red dot marked a location deep in disputed territory. The facility sent out a signal. One word, repeated on every frequency, come. Rebecca felt cold sweat running down her back. You think it's calling to me? I think it's been waiting for you. Reeves met her eyes. The question is, what do we do about it? For a long moment, Rebecca stared at her own hand, the same hand that had triggered this nightmare. An ordinary hand attached to an ordinary girl from Sacramento who'd joined the academy because she wanted to see the stars. Except she wasn't ordinary. She was carrying the genetic legacy of beings who had shaped the galaxy itself. We go, Rebecca said finally, surprised by the steadiness in her own voice. If that facility is waking up, if more technology is activating, the Council needs to know why. And if I'm the only one who can access it. She straightened her shoulders. Then that's what I'll do. Reeves studied her for a long moment, then nodded slowly. A grim smile crossed her face. You know what I love about humans, Torres? We're terrified of the unknown, but we walk into it anyway. The other races call it stupidity. I call it courage.